Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spoiler Alert. I'm your host, Isabel Bethard, and today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Oscar nominated films in the Best Picture category. I really wanted to focus on the Oscar nominated movies this week because as I'm filming this today, March 14th, tomorrow I believe is going to be the Oscars, and so I have no idea what is gonna happen. I don't know who's gonna win, and so I just thought it would be a good episode to film the day before the Oscars. Um, since I mentioned the date, I'm actually gonna also mention what I was doing before I came here today. So it is St. Patrick's weekend, and so in Chicago, they dye the lake green, and so I've never seen. Oh, not the lake. I think it's a river. I think it's the Chicago River. I keep saying lake on accident. My bad. But they dye the river green, and so I've been here for some time now, and I haven't seen it happen. So today I woke up really early. Honestly, I'm a little tired right now, but I got to see the lake being dyed green. Well, I also showed up late because the people that I went with also we just got there a little bit later than when it started, but when we got there, they still had people like dyeing the lake green. So that was really exciting. Like, I've seen pictures of it, but being able to see the Chicago River being green, that was amazing. I asked one of my friends that was there, who I met today. So shout out to them because that whole excursion was actually so fun. Like, going on the blue line, going to downtown. There were so many people. Everyone was wearing green, and right now I have all my St. Patty's, decor on. I have my green out, and so do I look a little bit silly? A little bit. Do I feel a little bit silly walking in front of people? A little bit, yes, but am I living my best life and doing what I want to do? Yes, I am. I also it is freezing cold today. It just started snowing actually. I think it's 30 degrees, and this morning I did not want to wear a coat, okay? I was like, this is ruining my outfit. Like, this is not good. And my sister, she was like, "No. You're going to regret not wearing a coat." And I'm actually glad that she said that because it was freezing the whole time I was outside, but also, it just started snowing, and so I was like, I should thank my sister. I'm gonna go home and tell her thank you so much because, everyone else was wearing coats. Some people even had gloves and, like, earmuffs and stuff. Should I have been more prepared? Maybe. But I didn't have anything with green. I was like, if I had a coat that was green, if I had, like, gloves that were green, then well, I do have gloves that are green. Anyway, that's beside the point. I wish that I would have been a little bit more prepared for the cold because now that I'm inside, I'm like, wow, I should have, like, it's so cold. Actually, now that we're talking about the weather, I'm going to talk more about how this week's weather has been absolutely, like, all over the place. On Monday, it was almost 70 degrees and sunny. It was so nice. And then the next day, thunderstorms, hail. There was literal hail. I was like, what is going on right now? It was raining, thunder all night. And then the next day, it was just cold because it had been raining the whole night. So it was freezing. And then I wasn't outside Thursday, but Friday, OMGs. Friday was so windy. I literally, if you're listening, I don't think this person was listening, but I saw this kid get blown off of his skateboard. I actually think it was a longboard, but I'm gonna say skateboard for this story. I saw him get blown off his skateboard, and I was gonna help him, but then the wind almost got me. I had to keep going. I'm like, it was free pie day also, so I was holding my pie, trying to secure my pie while like the wind was blowing against me. I'm like, what is going on in Chicago this week? And now today it's really cold. So I don't even know what's going on. It's it's crazy and I'm ready for spring break. Um like we have a whole nother week to go. But yeah, I'm not even just spring break. I'm ready for summer. Summer is when I live my best life, honestly. Um I love the summer because it's my birthday. Duh. The whole month of June is me. It's all about me. It's my month. It's my favorite. 6/26/06, baby. Yes. I also love my birthday. I think it's like the repetition is very beautiful. But yes, like summer and the heat. And yes, it is too hot sometimes. But then just get a fan or get some ice or get some ice cream, honestly. I can't eat ice cream, but well, I can eat dairy-free ice cream. And there's actually vegan ice cream in Chicago that I love. Vacas. Shout out to Vacas. I love it. It's actually funny because Vacas in Spanish is cow, so it's like it's a play on words. Whatever. I didn't need to explain all that. But yes, like the summer is just it's calling my name. Summer nights. Oh, and then yeah, the humidity and whatever, but like it's just so nice to not wear a coat. I mean, I love a coat. I like to put my hands in pockets because like where do I put my hands if they're not in a pocket? I have no idea. I'm just like awkwardly like fiddling with my phone so I can do something with my hands. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a little awkward, but I love the summer. That is what I'm trying to say. And I just want it to be warm and even the spring. But really, can I say there's something about fall? And I love the winter. Okay, I just love all the seasons. I love life. But fall, whenever the leaves are turning, there's just go out and enjoy the beauty of nature. Even though it's snowing, I think the snow is beautiful. Like the snow is beautiful. I just don't like being in the snow. I don't like the snow touching me. I don't mind being cold if I had a coat. I have a jacket. I'm not even wearing a coat because I was like, oh, this morning I was like, oh, I don't want to be, come on, I don't want to ruin my outfit. How stupid was that? Stupid. I'm not stupid, but I would never talk down on myself like that. But I'm just like, oh, I should have thought more critically. But anyway, back to what this episode is all about. I actually before I get into that, I'm just like I'm going to go off on little tangents. Yes, I have a theme of what each episode is going to be, but I don't know. Do I need to stay on theme? Am I able to talk about what's happening in my life? Like yes, and I just thank you again, everyone, for watching. If you're watching, if you came back from the second episode, which the first episode is out, so go tune into UIC Radio on YouTube and go check that out, where you get a little introduction about me. But if you listen to that, you're probably listening to this, right? But I really do appreciate everyone who listens to this because this is just something that I've been really excited about. I wanted to have a podcast so that I could talk about whatever I really wanted to. Obviously, it's like centered around films and everything, but like this is just something where I can creatively express myself, which I really enjoy. Like you don't know this about me, but I do like art and I like creating things and I do paint a little. No, I really actually, my favorite form of art, like collaging, yes, but I really like drawing and like drawing with a pencil and I draw in my journal specifically. Yes, I journal. Yes, I have a diary of sorts. I talk about my feelings. If you did me wrong, yes, you're in there. If I have a crush. Yes, you're in there. Like, sometimes I do code names because what if someone reads it? I go through people's journals. I don't respect people's privacy. I'm joking, but am I really? I don't think I am. I'm cracking myself up right over here. But, like, I do have a journal, and in my journal, I draw a lot. Like, I doodle, yes, but I just draw whatever. Especially if I have like feelings about something, I'll probably draw it. And I love drawing the most, specifically with a pencil, duh. But I like a pencil because I can erase and then also shading. Like, I find it so much easier to do that over like painting. For some reason, painting is like hard for me. Like, yes, I paint sometimes, but drawing is just so much easier for me because I don't know, like it's easier to shade. You can smudge things with your fingers. But with painting, you have to like, layer things on top of everything and I don't know. I just find it so much harder and maybe I need to practice. You get better if you practice, but I do enjoy drawing, like especially my journal. I also enjoy journaling just because like again, I'm getting into personal things, I guess, but like journaling is a way that for me to express myself to myself. Like not just to myself, but like I don't know, sometimes it's hard to talk about how you feel and sometimes you don't always want to confide in somebody, but like I just I enjoy being able to write down how I feel and sometimes it's concise, sometimes it's not. It's really whatever I want it to be. And I don't expect anyone to read it. I mean, maybe in the future. I always say like, "Oh, my kids one day will read it" cuz I read my mom's old like journal that she had when she was a kid and I just think it's hilarious, but um yeah, like some of the things that I write, I don't want people saying actually because but like sometimes I just say whatever and usually I talk like about drama that's happening. Like I can't help that drama happens in my life. Like or if it's a boy, I hate talking about that. But like, I gotta say what happened and then my favorite thing is to go back, not my favorite, sometimes I'm like why did I think this, or my favorite thing is to go back and read what I wrote in the past. Like I had my journal that I have now, which I'm on the last page, so that's how you would know. I've had it since I was 15 years old. I got it the day before my 15th birthday. Actually, my sister got it for me. She took me to Barnes and Nobles for my 15th birthday and I picked out that journal and I've had it ever since. I'm like I said before, I'm almost 20 years old. Like that's crazy that it has kind of lasted this long, but also like that I've kept up with it. But I understand why I have because, writing down how I feel is very therapeutic for me. Like I have a lot of emotions. I always do. Like I always feel a lot of things. I always have a lot to say. Clearly I have a podcast, but um I wait. I want to Oh wait. I did the wrong thing. I was trying to find a sound, but I can't find it. Oh wait, this. Okay, it's not working. I don't know why. Okay, it's not working. So I'm just going to give up. I was trying to plick. I was trying to click. I was mixing pick and click and if I mess up on my words, I'm sorry. Like I was I really think it's cuz I talk too fast and so or like maybe I just think too fast. I really don't know what it is, but sometimes I mess up my words. Anyway, um like it's very therapeutic for me to be able to like write down how I feel so I kind of can release it. Obviously I don't always release it. I can beat a dead horse like, "Oh, you have no idea how much I can revisit a topic, how much I can hold a grudge. But I don't know, like, a part of me kind of does feel like I let go of the things in my head whenever I write it down on a piece of paper. Or sometimes I write poems. Sometimes I, you know, do other, I don't even know. Sometimes I did a collage in my journal once, like, I don't know, but going back and reading how I once felt is crazy to me sometimes, because a couple of years, I said this, I've had this since I was 15 years old. Like, I do not feel the same way that I did then, obviously, and I'm so glad, because some of the things that I wrote about were, like, really sad. I'm like, oh, dang, why did I feel like that? Not even why did I feel like that, but, like, who hurt you? Baby, who hurt you? No. Guys, I'm maybe being serious, but maybe take it as a joke. I don't know. Don't worry. But yeah, I just feel like I've grown a lot, I've matured a lot, I've changed my perspective so many times, and especially, like, sometimes I'll write about someone and then I'm like, wow, look at that now. Look how that ended. Look what happened there. Look what should have ended. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, it's just crazy how your perspective shifts on things sometimes. I think it's just crazy, and it just, like, it says so much about time and how I'm getting into it again. Guys, hold me back. Maybe I'll start saying some things that are, spiritual. I don't even know. But, like, time is really, it's not linear, and I've had to learn that. And, like, time changes, and no, but I'm being so serious. Like, sometimes you'll think something is so big, and then a few years down the line you realize none of that mattered. Like, it's just and, like, you're so stuck in how you feel right now that you don't think it will ever change, but baby, it changes all the time, and nothing stays the same, and everything is bound to change at some point, and you shouldn't be afraid of the change. You should embrace that change. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but if you guys catch my drift, you catch my drift. Like, time is really something that is not even that it's not real. I'm going to say it's not real, because we look at the time and we measure the time, but at the same time, a year feels so small when you really think about it. A few years ago doesn't feel like a few years ago. Like, 2016 was 10 years ago, and that is crazy to think about, because it doesn't feel like time has gone by that fast. Like, so what I'm trying to say is that don't hold yourself back just because of how you feel now, and also don't think that time really matters, because it doesn't. Like, things are bound to change. So anyway, I'm gonna get into the movies that I watched for the Oscars now, because I had a theme. I'm gonna stick to the theme. So basically my whole idea was that I was going to try to watch, honestly, I was gonna try to watch the best pictures, the international featured films, and the animated feature films. But honestly, like, I can't say that this week got away from me. I was watching movies all week preparing for this episode, okay? I just don't think I have enough time in 1 week to watch all these films. Now, of the animated feature films that are on the list, I did watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. And can I say that that was such a good movie? I'm going to come back to that. I also, out of the international feature films, 2 of the movies are in the best picture films. So I did watch 2 of them, but I really want to watch the voice of Hind Rajab. I might not have said that right, but I really want to watch that because, you know, I'm a political science major. I do care about politics, but really I care about people, and I don't know. That's just something that I find very interesting, and I would like to watch that. But anyways, going back to the animated feature films, K-pop Demon Hunters. My nephew is a child, obviously, and he was watching that movie, and my sister was telling me that he loved the movie and it was so good, all this and that. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I watched it and I cried. I loved that movie. The songs in that movie are so good. Like now will I watch it consecutively over and over again like my nephew does? Absolutely not, because I just don't I don't see the point in that. But the movie is really good, and I actually do recommend watching K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, it's on Netflix. It's really good. And I understand why so many kids like it. It's a really good movie. It isn't a little bit like, it's not saying that it's violent, but they're killing demons. Like, they don't show anything graphic, but they're killing people. I mean, yeah, they're demons, and yeah, they're bad, but I don't know. I can never condone violence, especially for children's movies. Like, whatever. But the movie was really good. The message was really good. The songs were really good. Do I want it to win? Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I honestly also want to watch Zootopia 2. That's on this list, and I do want to watch that. I haven't watched it. I will. One day, if I have the time. School gets me, and then I have to scroll through TikTok endlessly. You know how it goes, people. Tell me if you agree. I'll wait. I would probably put a sound if the sound thing was working, but I don't know why it's not working. I can't get it to work. And I'm actually by myself in the studio today, so I can't even ask for help. So, yes. Going back to the best pictures. I did watch all of them. I have a synopsis for each of them. I have a rating, and I'm going to just talk about how I felt while watching the movie, because some of these movies, I was like, it's so clear that this is only nominated because of the person or people in this film, and or the production company has a lot of money. I'm like, there's no way this is Oscar nominated. Are you joking me? You're gonna see with my rating, I didn't rate anything a 0, duh. But the lowest rating that I have is a 4 out of 10, because I did not like this one movie. Actually, I didn't like a few of these movies, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I'm not just a hater. I just am confused by some of these. I don't know. I don't understand. But some of these I'm like, did I rate this too low? I don't think I did. I don't know. And I'll tell you which one was my favorite. I did have a favorite out of these, and I also have reasons. So I'm going to share all of that in a little bit. But I think since I'm not really going to have another time before in a break, I think right now is when I'm going to do my weekly repeat. Woo woo woo. I would have also put a sound, but I'm telling you the sound's not working. I don't know what's going on. So yes, my weekly repeat this week is Taste Back by Harry Styles. Harry Styles came out with a new album I don't know if it was this week. I think it might have been last week. And I think it's called Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I listened to a little bit of the album, and this was my favorite song. It's really poppy. It's new, so that's good. And I enjoy Harry Styles, But yeah, I really like this song, and I was repeating it. So, like, I was repeating another song this week called. I'm actually gonna go to my. I don't remember what it's called. I think I have my second phone. I'm about to pull up my second phone. Well, let me tell you why I have a second phone. Again, I am like going off topic, but my phone broke. I'm actually so upset about this. On Friday morning, actually, no. I went to bed Thursday night. I was using my phone, obviously. But, I went to bed. I was up late, texting people. Honestly, I think it was the universe telling me, stop texting, stop looking at old videos, stop looking at old things, and stop texting somebody because my phone broke the next morning. I'm telling you, it would not turn on. I could not get it to turn on, and so my sister had to take it to the store, and they're gonna fix it, but they gave me a filler phone, but I need to go on my other phone to see. Okay, the song that I actually was replaying a lot besides Taste Back, this is more than one song, I'm sorry, but Taste Back is gonna be on the Instagram where I post my weekly repeats. Late Checkout by Lil Durk and Huncho. I think that's how you say that. Huncho. That song is also really good. It does have cuss words in it. Sorry. But those two songs were the ones that I was really repeating this week. So yeah. Those are my weekly repeats. And that was also a little story about my phone being broken. So let's hope and pray that I get my phone back. I know I will get my phone back. This is just a filler phone. So basically they had to give me a filler phone until they get the part to fix my old phone, which it's not even old. I got my phone last year. I literally upgraded and got a new phone, and thankfully I have Apple support or whatever, the one thing that you have to pay extra for to like a warranty or whatever. So thankfully I have that, but come on, Apple, what is going on? Why did my phone not work? And so all of Friday, I had to use my old phone that doesn't have data. So then I had to use the Wi-Fi, and I'm going on. And this is so this does not matter at all. I was gonna think of the word that I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of the word. You're gonna hear me say that a lot because I'm trying to flip through all my vocabulary and find the word that I'm trying to say, but not minuscule, something that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Not having a phone does not matter. It's just an inconvenience for me because, hello, my music, I need to know when the bus comes. I actually needed to use it Friday because the Wi-Fi does not work at my school. I'm telling you this. UIC Wi-Fi does not work. I don't know if it's just me, but I know it happens to other people. So the Wi-Fi doesn't work for me, and so the phone that I had, that was my old phone, didn't have data, right? So it needs Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi wasn't working. I couldn't use my phone. And this does not matter, and I'm so grateful to have a phone because it is a privilege to have a phone that works and to have 5G service and to have data. Let's be so real. These things are not cheap, and not everybody has these things. So I am very grateful. I'm just so sad. But now I have a filler phone, and it is not really like my old phone, which is also really upsetting. But I will get over it, and I will get my phone back. So don't you guys worry. I will have a phone, and I will report back to you what happens with that. But let me start going into the Best Picture Oscar nominated films. The first one on my list is Begonia. Oh, actually, before I get into this, something that I noticed was that a lot of the actors in the films actually helped produce the movie. In this one, Emma Stone is in the movie, and it says she's a producer. I got the list from the Oscar nominated like website thing, the Oscar website. And so it just underneath the movie it says all the producers, and I'm just like, it's really interesting how a lot of the actors are also producers. I would have never, I mean, yeah, I've heard of that before, but it's just it's really nice to see that, you know, they get an input on how the movie goes. But also like in the one case of that Blake Lively movie and the Justin Baldoni movie, I'm not trying to bring up any drama. I'm sorry, but should she have been a producer? Should they have been producers? I don't think so. Sometimes being a producer and an actor in the film doesn't work, but sometimes it does. So let's get into it. Begonia. The synopsis is: following two conspiracy theorists who kidnap a pharmaceutical CEO, they believe she is an alien tasked with destroying Earth, but the film reveals she is indeed a ruthless Andromedan empress, forcing a surreal reckoning with classism and corporate power. I obviously looked at like a little like synopsis of what the movie was before watching each film, and before I watched this, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this movie. This doesn't really sound like something I would love. But then when I watched the movie, it was a little weird. I won't lie. It was a little weird. I was a little bit like, what is going on? There's like just conspiracy theorists and he's going crazy and they kidnapped this random CEO lady. Like, they kidnapped Emma Stone. And I'm just like, why would you ever do this? You're obviously something is mentally wrong, like, because Andromedons, like aliens, you really think an alien is taking over someone's body? But then, like it just said, I'm gonna say this because it just said it in the synopsis. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear a spoiler, I'm gonna share a spoiler. And every time that I talk about a spoiler, I'm gonna say spoiler alert because I'm giving a spoiler. Like, I should give out a spoiler alert. And it's the name of my show. Clock that. I'm clocking it, but you can't see it. But clock it with me. Clock that. Yeah. Anyway, in the end, she actually is an alien. Like an Andromedan alien. And I'm like, what? I saw this on Reddit. I do not go on Reddit. I'm just going to say that. I do not go on Reddit. But I was looking into if it was real or not. Because honestly, I was thinking, bruh, I think she just is in like a little coma or something because of the bomb. And I thought she was like hallucinating that she was an alien. But she actually became she actually was the whole time. She was an Andromedan alien empress. And I'm like, dang, so they were right. Like, there was a part of this movie that I didn't like, and it is for personal reasons, like, and this is going to be graphic me explaining it, but so there's two conspiracy theorists. One of them, and like, content warning, he shoots himself, and I literally skipped over it because I cannot watch that. Like, physically, like, I can't watch that. It is very upsetting for me to see something like that. For a lot of reasons. I'm not going to get into all that, but so I didn't like that part of the movie, but honestly, the acting was really good. Like, I was invested, and the it's a thriller, right? It's like but it's a thriller comedy. It's supposed to be funny too, but I think it's a comedy. I'm not sure. But the thriller part, like, I felt like I jumped sometimes because the movie, like the soundtrack, I forgot what it's the soundtrack. Like, they were getting me like on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? Like, no way. Like, they scared me a little bit. So it did what it was supposed to do. That movie was a little bit freaky. Like, they rubbed lotion on her to like, because that's what, like, the main conspiracy theory guy, who actually got snubbed, I heard, Jesse Pullman, I think that's his name. I'm almost positive I read somewhere that he got snubbed for Best Actor. He actually did a really good job. I was like believing everything. Like he really made me believe what he was saying. Not believe, like believe that he believed what he was saying. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say I don't believe in aliens, but I'm like, I wouldn't go so far to kidnap some random CEO lady. And it turns out, again, spoiler alert, his mom was affected by the pharmaceuticals that the CEO was selling. And so I was like, oh, of course he has a vendetta against this lady. But then it turns out she was actually an alien. I'm like, what? What? So yes, I enjoyed this movie. I rate it a 7 out of 10. It was really good. Should I rate it an 8 out of 10? I don't know. I thought it was really good, which is 7 out of 10 to me. Like, 7 is not bad. Whatever. I'm keeping my rating. These ratings I rated while I was on the train this morning, actually. So, I don't know. Maybe now I'm second guessing my rating, but whatever. The second movie that we're going to talk about is F1, okay? I just want to start off by saying I did not want to watch this movie. This is actually the last movie that I watched. I watched it last night. Yes, last night, because I just didn't want to watch this movie. Like, I didn't think I would enjoy it. Maybe I'm biased. You don't have to, like, I am not the end all be all of opinions. This is just my opinion. And I knew I was not going to like this movie going into it. Because, first of all, it's about racing. F1, Formula 1. I know what Formula 1 is. It's like car racing. I've been to a speed show before, Macon County Speed Show. Anyway, I don't want to like shout that out, but I've seen that stuff before. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, that's not something that I enjoy, you know? So, and Brad Pitt, who is in it, is the lead. He's also one of the producers. I'm like, I was annoyed with Brad Pitt during this movie. There's another guy in it, the second Formula 1 driver. He was kind of okay, but like still I didn't like this movie. So, let me get into the synopsis. In the 1990s, Sonny Hayes was Formula One's most promising driver until an accident on the track nearly ended his career. 30 years later, the owner of his struggling Formula One team convinces Sonny, or is it Sonny? It looks like Sony, but I think it's Sonny, so I'm going to keep saying Sonny. Convinces Sonny to return to racing and become the best in the world. Driving alongside the team's hotshot rookie, Sonny soon learns that the road to redemption is not something you can travel alone. The part that I did like about this movie, I was just hating on this movie. The part that I did like about this movie is that both of the drivers, the rookie, who's named Joshua, I think, like, I just watched it. I should know this, but Joshua and Sonny are both really like arrogant at the beginning, and the guy brings in Sonny to like kind of like show the rookie guy that he needs to be more mature and he needs to like, you know, work as a team, whatever. So I did enjoy that there were similarities between them, the two of them, which helped them both grow in their own ways because they were both arrogant and both very like, I know everything. I am better than you. I want to win. But at the same time, they learned a lot from each other and learned as a team and grew as a team because then in the end, they were working together. And spoiler alert, Sonny ended up winning first place because at the beginning, they weren't winning anything. They came in last place. They were doing really bad, actually. And then at the end, they were doing really good. And so it just teamwork. I liked the message of teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Working together is good. Like, and it's not always about winning. But yes, in this it is about winning. Obviously, you want to win because then their team was on the line. They were about to get their company was going to get sold if they didn't win anything. So like I understand that part. But like something that I did not like about this movie is that they made Sunny get with the uh engineer lady who was making the cars. Not only did I feel like it was forced, I felt uncomfortable. I mean, Brad Pitt's old, so I already feel uncomfortable with old people. They were trying to say that he was really hot. I'm like, I mean, maybe back in the day, like right now though, like, and his real life, personal life, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how he treats his children in real life. But again, I don't know these people, so I can't talk about that. But I just didn't like how they were like pushing this romance about the two of them. Let it, why does it have to be romantic just because it's a man and a woman? Like, I didn't like it. I'm sorry. And feel free to date whoever you want on your team. I don't care. I didn't even care about that. I just was like, I felt like it was unnecessary. Personally, like, I didn't love it. But I liked the message. I guess I liked the message. I rated this a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry. I didn't like this movie. I also didn't love Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's. I really can't talk today. But Brad Pitt's acting, I didn't love it. Like, I was like, he got this role because he's just famous. Like, whatever. Maybe not. Whatever. That movie just disappointed me. Like, I wasn't looking forward to it. I didn't think it was going to be anything great, but I was also tired maybe, so I was struggling to keep my eyes open. I was like, I'm bored. When is this going to be over? So if you like stuff like that, maybe you'll like this movie. I can't say. I personally didn't love it. That's just one girl's opinion. The next movie that's on this list is Frankenstein. Again, before I get into this, fun fact, I actually read Frankenstein in AP Lit. It was my junior year of high school. Yes, AP Lit. I loved AP Lit, actually. That was my favorite class. Like, I just loved what we did. We were analyzing text, whatever. And I really liked my teacher. We worked closely together in one of the clubs I was in high school, so I had already been pretty fond of her. But then as a teacher, I felt like she was really good. That is besides the or is it beside? I'm not sure. That is beside the point. I didn't like, I had a hard time like liking the book, but then I liked the book. So I did go into this movie knowing a little bit about it, and the movie kind of followed a little bit. Like, it followed the book, but some of the parts that they changed, I honestly didn't hate it. Like, Mia Goth is in this. Her character plays Elizabeth and Victor Frankenstein's mom, so she plays both of them. And in the book, Victor is supposed to marry Elizabeth, but in the movie, it's his brother's wife. And so I thought that was a really interesting creative like change to make his mother and his brother's wife be the same person, and so they look alike. They look different enough, but they do look alike, and I thought that was just a really interesting creative choice. I didn't like hate it. I actually liked it. So yeah, I'll talk more about this after the synopsis. This movie follows Dr. Victor Frankenstein, an obsessive scientist who creates a living being from dead tissue. The plot focuses on the tragic parent-child relationship between the creator and his abandoned, soulful creature, exploring themes of isolation, neglect, and the consequences of playing God. During the book, we analyzed the book because I was in AP literature class, like we analyze this text a lot. So I had known about this like theme of parent child relationship and like God creation and all that, and like fire and um Victor Frankenstein's creation is called Frankenstein's monster. And so I knew all about this, but like seeing it in a movie form, I enjoyed this movie a lot actually. I thought Jacob Elordi did really good. Like as much as I'm gonna watch his new movie Wuthering Heights, and as much as I have a lot of thoughts about that and like him playing it over a person of color playing it as it is written in the book, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about today. I thought Jacob Elordi did a really good job of playing like, well, Frankenstein's monster at the beginning is supposed to be like a child. He was born like, yes, he was a full-grown man because he was made out of, you know, bodies that were assembled together, but he needed to be taught. And Victor Frankenstein, which everyone calls like quote unquote Frankenstein, but it's actually the scientist's name. It's not the monster's name. Which, is he really a monster? Is he just a neglected child? That's what this movie talks about, and I really enjoy it. Like I enjoyed the book enough. But as you know, like for reading a book at school that you're forced to read, like you know how that is. You don't ever like want to actually read that. But I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it a lot. But this movie I really liked it. Like Victor just abandoned his child. Well, it's his creation, so it is his child. And he abandoned him. He did not teach him anything. He called him dumb right off rip. Like he called him dumb. He said, "You only know one word," because the monster only knew Victor. Like that's your kid. He only knows his papa. Like come on, teach that kid something. And Elizabeth was like so gentle with him. That was like a big thing in the movie, is like, and like critiques about this movie, like, you know, analysis of this film, something of, you know, a man never like knows, like not never knows, but they don't create life, so it's, you know, I think that was kind of what this film was trying to say. Like a man doesn't create life, so he kind of doesn't foster that nurturing connection that you kind of need to give a child, especially when they're a child. Like, and Elizabeth was doing that. Like when she saw the monster, she was very kind to the monster. She, you know, understood that it was just a kid, like in a man's body. And then the monster grew up and had to, you know, learn for itself, and the world. And this is another thing that this movie's saying, is that the world does not, like, I'm not saying this, but the movie's saying this, and kind of Frankenstein's saying this, and the book said this. Like, the world doesn't like you if you're ugly. Like, he looked like a monster. Like, he was freakish looking. And I didn't think he was bad looking, but, like, the people who saw him treated him really terribly. So he had to learn in secret. And he was always a good person. Like, as terrible as everyone was to him, he, you know, he helped this blind guy. He was kind. Like, he never wanted to hurt anybody. But then, well, if you read the book and if you watch the movie, you'll know this, but Frankenstein's monster said, basically, he went back to Victor and he said, "I'm lonely. I want a companion. Like, I want you to make me someone so I can have them, because I just need them." And because obviously everyone needs companionship, like that's so obvious. And so Victor said no, and so the monster went after him, basically. Like, the whole rest of the time, he went after him. And is he wrong for that? I don't think he is. That's debatable. But I don't even know. Like, I could talk about this movie for a long time. I enjoyed it. I rated it an 8 out of 10. I would recommend that you watch this. I thought it was good. And Guillermo del Toro is the director, and honestly, he has directed a lot of movies that I've watched. I did not know he was the director, and I'm like, wow, the more that you know. And I thought he did a great what am I trying to say? He did a great interpretation of the book. Like, no, it was not a direct replica of the book, but it was, he understood the themes of what this book was trying to say, and the changes that were made were good. This next movie, I really enjoyed this movie, actually. Okay, so the next movie is Hamnet, okay? And I really enjoyed this film. I enjoyed it so much that I actually went to go see the play, the Chicago Shakespeare play of Hamnet. Or was it Hamlet? No, it was Hamnet, because Hamlet is the play that Shakespeare wrote about. And it's all explained in the play and in the movie, but I enjoyed the play as well. I just really, really, really enjoyed this movie. Like, I'll tell you all about it. So the synopsis is exploring the devastating divergent grief of William Shakespeare and his wife, Agnes, or Agnes, I'm not really sure, but they say Agnes, following the death of their 11-year-old son, Hamnet, from the bubonic plague, who, they don't say this in the synopsis, but he's a twin. So that also plays into this. I'm telling you, the whole time that I watched this movie, maybe not the whole time, but I was crying. I was, moved in so many ways by this movie. The grief, the aspects of motherhood, the aspects of family and marriage, and I don't have a twin, but imagine your twin dying. And again, I'm gonna spoiler alert, I'm gonna spoil a little. He switched places. So his sister, Judith, was the one who was supposed to, or who was really sick. And so Shakespeare, William, was always gone. And he had told Hamnet before he left, he said, take care of your family, be brave, you got this, I love you, I trust you. And in the film, they really play up, they show really well the relationship between William and Hamnet, and it was his only son. Obviously he's gonna really bond with him in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So when Judith got sick again, Hamnet was and Judith was saying that death was coming for her. Hamnet was saying, I'll switch places with you. They won't see, death won't know which one is which. We're twins. They won't know which one is which. And the whole time, I'm telling you, I was crying the whole time this happened. And they said he died, so I'm gonna say he died. He was saying, I'll be brave. I'll be brave. The whole time he was saying, I'll be brave. And I'm getting emotional talking about this because what? This movie just gets me it. I can't keep talking about this. I could go on and on. Please watch this movie. I'm telling you, it was really good. I rated it a 9 out of 10. Do I think it will win I'm not sure. Um, I'll tell you who I think is gonna win and who I want to win. Which who I want to win and who I think is gonna win this is the same thing. But I also really liked the like shots in this film. Like the scenery was beautiful. So I really liked this movie. 9 out of 10. I'm telling you, that's really high, but I really liked it. Like, I really liked this movie. And then the ending, OMGs. Guys, watch this movie. I'm telling you, if you're gonna listen to anything that I have to say, watch this movie. I've been telling everyone in my family to watch this movie. Now, I just said two good things. I just said two good movies back to back, and I did not do this on purpose. But now I'm going to talk about a movie that I personally did not love. Actually, two movies in a row that I did not really love. So this next movie on the list is Marty Supreme. I've heard a lot of commentary about this movie. I've seen a lot of promotion. I didn't love the promotion. I honestly did not want to watch this movie either. I was like, I like Timothée Chalamet and I would like to keep liking his acting. I just knew I didn't want to watch this either. Like, okay, I'll talk about this. The synopsis is this movie follows Marty Mauser, a 1950s New York City ping pong hustler who tricks, scams, and charm offenses his way to the top. If anything, Timmy did a really good job of making me not like Marty Mauser. I did not like this character. I thought he was an idiot, honestly. I thought he was arrogant. I didn't like that he was always lying to people. And then he got mad at Rachel for lying to him. He got mad at his mom about she always lies. I'm like, you are the same. Like, be an honest man. Like, be an honest person. Like, and then people were saying that he had a character development or like whatever. I felt like in the end, he did not, like, I don't feel like he learned anything. Like, he was denying that he was the father of Rachel's baby the whole time. Like, I don't care what he did in the end. Like, the whole movie, he's acting a fool. Like, I get that he's like really good at ping pong or whatever, but bruh, sleeping with someone's wife, sleeping with someone else's wife, lying, cheating, scamming. And then ping pong. Like, I've played ping pong before. Me and my siblings used to have ping pong championships in my house because we had a net and we would set up a ping pong table. I have nothing against ping pong. I was just like, bruh, I didn't like the character. And I like Timothée Chalamet. Like, I like his acting. I think he's a good actor, personally. I'm telling you, Call Me By Your Name is a great movie, like I've said in previous. But, I don't know. I just didn't like this movie. I rated it a 4 out of 10. Sorry, again, this is my opinion. Next movie is also another movie that I didn't personally enjoy. It's called One Battle After Another. The synopsis is this movie follows ex-revolutionary Bob Ferguson and his daughter Willa as they flee from Lockjaw, a menacing government official from their past. I enjoyed this movie more than the past two movies that I said were bad, but did I enjoy this movie? I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it. No. I saw somewhere that they were like pinning all the bad things on Tiana Taylor's character, and they were. I mean, did she rat on them? Yes, she did. The group, and get them all kind of caught up in the law. But, like, I don't know, they were also sexualizing her a lot. Like, she was only in it for a little bit, and they were doing some crazy film work. I don't know. And then there was, like, this weird part with these, I'm gonna say this, it was like a group of like white supremacists. I'm telling you, I don't know what this movie was trying to say. I mean, I know, and I watched it, and I watched the whole thing, and I enjoyed the father-daughter relationship. But, like, did I enjoy this film? No, I didn't. And did I think, like, the message was clear? Not really. Like, I mean, I understood why they were called the Christmas Adventurers or whatever, and they were, like, white supremacists. I was like, what is going on? Like, I just didn't enjoy this film. It wasn't my favorite. 5 out of 10. Next movie is The Secret Agent. This movie is actually one of the international featured films, and it is a Brazilian movie. So they say in the synopsis, they say 2 different cities that I'm not gonna lie, I'm not great at pronouncing these things, but I'm gonna try my best. And I've been talking for a long time, so I'm gonna try to be a little quick about this. Synopsis. In 1977, Marcelo, a technology teacher, moves from Sao Paulo, Paulo? Yeah, I think it's Paulo, to Recife? Like, you can tell that I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying, and I should have put in whatever. During Carnival, to escape his violent past and start over, he finds the city full of chaos, and his neighbors begin to spy on him. I liked this movie more than the last one. I didn't love the ending, actually. I was, like, confused about the ending. So this is why the rating was a little bit low. But I really enjoyed the acting. It was in Portuguese, so it was really fun to watch it, like, a movie in a different language. I enjoy that kind of thing. But I don't know, like, they didn't say this, spoiler alert, they killed him at the end. I was like, I didn't think they were gonna do that. I was a little upset, like, he just died. He didn't even get his son, like, the whole time. And mind you, they killed his wife, like, they killed his wife. And then they were gonna kill him, and so he was trying to leave with his son, and anyway, I rated this a 6 out of 10. I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't love it. Like, do I want a happy ending? Yes, I do. The next movie, Sentimental Value. This is also on the international feature films. So this movie, I'm gonna say the synopsis now. This movie explores family, memory, and art's ability to reconcile as 2 sisters reunite with their estranged famous director father, and after their mother's death. I am gonna say, I also rated this a 6 out of 10. I liked this movie. I didn't love it. Like, I wasn't, like, it was also in a different language. It was in Norwegian. So, I believe it's Norwegian. Anyway, like, I don't know. I had like mixed feelings while watching this movie because I didn't like the dad. You weren't supposed to like the dad, I don't think. And then, I don't know. I did like the sisterhood aspect. You know me. I'm a sister. I love sisterhood. But yeah. Would I recommend? I mean, it was good. I didn't hate it. But it wasn't great. It was just like, I mean, watch this if you want to watch it. You don't have to. It was nothing that moved me or anything. Like, it was good. Should I say more about this? Like, I don't know. I didn't rate it that high because I wasn't, like, that impressed. Like, and I was confused. The one sister was sleeping with someone else's husband. I'm like, why is there so much cheating? Can we not normalize that? Anyway, the next movie, Sinners. This movie, I watched during the summer, actually. I enjoyed it. I'm going to say the synopsis first. set in 1930s Mississippi, starring Michael B. Jordan, in a dual role as twin brothers attempting to escape their violent mob past. They return home to start a juke joint, only to confront vampiric forces, often representing white supremacy and the Ku Klux Klan, on opening night. Again with the white supremacy and the Ku Klux Klan. Why can I not say... Maybe I shouldn't say that 3 times fast. I'm not going to even try. But anyway, I enjoyed this movie because I thought the acting was really good. I think this movie is going to... Let me knock on wood for a second. I think this movie is going to win. And I hope it wins. I thought this movie was good. The acting was good. The story was really good. And I honestly don't even really like horror movies like that. But I enjoyed the vampire parts of this and the message. I understood what it was trying to say. Some parts I was a little bit confused about, but I enjoyed the ending. The whole movie, I have no notes about this movie. I rated it an 8 out of 10. I rated Hamnet higher. I'm sorry. I did, but it just moved me more. I really liked that movie. But this movie was a close second. It was really good too. Everyone did a great job. The soundtrack was amazing. I don't know. It was really good. I would recommend watching this movie. A lot of people had a lot of bad things to say about this movie, but I just think that's all hate, honestly. Or there are biblical things in this, religious things that I know some people that didn't like it because of that. But honestly, if you don't like it just because there's a black man as the starring role, then get out of here. Don't listen to my opinion. Obviously, you're not gonna like my opinion. Anyway, I like that movie. I think it's gonna win. I'm knocking on wood. And I also see that Ryan Coogler, who's the director, his wife is one of the producers, Zinzi. So, good on her, working with your wife, as you should. The last movie that I'm talking about today is Train Dreams. The synopsis is, this movie follows the 80-year life of Robert Grenier, a laborer in the early 20th century American West, set in Idaho's Panhandle. It chronicles his life as a railroad builder, marriage, tragic loss of his family, and quiet, lonely journey through a modernizing world. I honestly I rated this a 7 out of 10. I like this movie. And it says tragic loss of his family. His wife and daughter die. Spoiler alert, they die. And I was like, dang, they just died out of nowhere. What? So I enjoyed this movie, but I didn't think it was the best movie on this list. Hamnet and Sinners are my top 2. I really think those are... And Frankenstein. Those are my top 3 out of this list. Those are really good movies, and if you're going to watch any of those, I would suggest those 3. You don't have to watch all of them. You definitely do not have to watch... Maybe I'm a hater. You don't have to watch F1 or Marty Supreme. I'm telling you that right now. Save your time. But anyway, the Train Dreams, it was also really beautiful. I liked that movie. Very natural, naturalistic. It focused on the nature, and I liked that. And building, and I don't know. I liked it. And he wasn't a terrible person. He loved his wife. And she died. That just made me upset. Maybe that's why I rated it so low. And also, I didn't really love the ending either. I understand that he's going through the modernizing of the world, but hello, I don't know. He didn't hate his life in the end, so maybe that's good. So yeah, that's my opinion about all of the Best Picture Oscar nominated films for this 2026 Oscars. If you enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Like, follow UIC Radio on Instagram. Follow me, Spoiler Alert Radio on Instagram. There's an underscore between each of those words, by the way. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful for everyone who listens to this. I enjoy talking, obviously, about movies and the things that I enjoy. So I hope you also enjoyed. Next week's episode is, I'm not gonna lie, not totally confirmed, but I am hoping to have a guest. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure what the theme is gonna be, so you'll know when I do. Well, I'll know before you. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you again so much, and tune in every Saturday from 2 to 3. You'll hear me next week. I was gonna say you'll see me next, or like, I don't know, I was gonna say something, but come back next week and enjoy another episode. Thank you so much.